I've been waiting since I was 16 for it to hit the papers or for it to be on the news that he's been arrested or that somebody's reported him and it's stopped the abuse.
That exclusive investigation by the Sunday Times, the Times and Channel 4 Dispatches, which is accusing the comedian Russell Brand of rape, sexual assault and abuse. He is accused of the rape of one woman as well as the sexual assault of a 16-year-old girl, both of whom he was in a relationship with at the time. Last night, as many of you will have seen, Russell Brand posted a video denying what he called very serious allegations and said all his relationships have been consensual. The full story has just been published on the Sunday Times website, where you can read it now at thetimes.co.uk. Now, the paper has been working on this investigation for many months alongside the Times newspaper and Channel 4. And one of the Sunday Times reporters who's written the story, Charlotte Wace, joins me now. Charlotte, thanks very much for joining us. Now, listeners, I just want to alert you that some of what we're about to discuss may be upsetting. Now, one of the women you are calling Nadia, she alleges that she was raped. Charlotte, tell us what she's been saying.
So Nadia alleges that Brand raped her at his Los Angeles home in 2012. She was treated at a rape crisis centre on the same day, according to medical records. Text messages show that in the hours after leaving his house, she told Brand that she had been scared by him and felt taken advantage of, adding, "When a girl says no, it means no." Brand replied saying he was very sorry.
And let's hear some of what Nadia had to say.
July 1st, 2012 was when my rape happened. I was out late and he happened to call me and say, "I've had a really bad day, please come over." And at first I said, "No, I'm not going, it's late." And he's like, "Please come, just come and cuddle with me." So then I gave in and I'm like, okay. The door was unlocked. I just walked into his place. He comes running out of the bedroom naked. He came at me with kisses and stuff, which was kind of fun. And then it wasn't that fun when I couldn't move. I knew what he wanted from me at that point. He pushed me up against the wall. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I have a friend here and I want you to come into the bedroom." I'm like, "No, that's not happening. We're not doing that." And I tried to get away from him. My bag got actually stuck underneath a huge painting. And it's still on my arm. And at this point, he's grabbing at my underwear, pulling it to the side. I'm telling him to get off me and he won't get off.
Now, one of the women was 16 when she encountered Brand. What does she claim happened?
She claims that he referred to her as the child during an emotionally and abusive and controlling relationship that lasted for about 3 months, and that Brand once forced his penis down her throat, making her choke. She says she tried to punch him in the stomach to make him stop.
Now, this is part of what she told us.
I think he was very skillful in the start from making his identity be, I'm the womanizer, I'm a sex addict, I'm inappropriate, but it's all just a joke, it's funny. It's, it's a smoke screen for a lot more of his dark behaviour. I've been waiting since I was 16 for it to hit the papers or for it to be on the news that he's been arrested or that somebody's reported him and it's stopped the abuse.
Charlotte, tell us about the other women and the pattern of behaviour it's alleged this fits into.
So a third woman claims that he sexually assaulted her while she worked for him in Los Angeles and that he threatened to take legal action if she told anyone else about her allegation. A fourth described being sexually assaulted by Brand. And others have made a range of accusations about Brand's controlling, abusive and predatory behaviour.
And what has been the response from Russell Brand himself?
So on Friday, he released a video and he denied serious criminal allegations. He said were going to be made against him. He said he'd received letters from a TV company and our newspaper. And he said, amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. And he said that all of the relationships he had were absolutely always consensual.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for your time. This is a big story you've been working on, and we're grateful for you coming into the studio. Now, you can read more on that exclusive investigation now on the Sunday Times website at thetimes.co.uk, or you can pick up a copy of tomorrow's paper. And at 9 o'clock this evening, we're releasing a special edition of our stories of our time. That's our podcast. Now, it includes Ros Irwin and Charlotte, who we've just been speaking to, and they're going to be talking about what they've found, plus more from the two women who tell their story. You can get that by going to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and you just search for Stories of Our Time.